I've spent my whole life trying to prove myself, to be seen, in school, in work, with family, with friends. Growing up, I was called the shy one. Every time I see my grandma, I'm reminded of the story of how she took me to the neighbor's house and I hid behind her and wouldn't say a word. Or there's the story of my sister, who's just 16 months older than I am. Anytime someone would ask me a question, she would jump in front of me and say, "This is my sister Michelle. She's 5 years old and she's shy." I got in trouble in school for not talking. Instead of getting a call saying your child's talking too much, my mom got a call saying, "Your child's not answering questions in class, and that's a problem." So much of my childhood, and honestly, adulthood too, has been trying not to let anyone down, to do what I thought everyone else needed from me. And it took me a long time to realize something simple, but life-changing. I don't actually have anything to prove. So much of my life, I've been listening and observing to what's going on around me. And as adult Michelle, standing here on this stage, I can now see that for the beauty and benefit that holds. I grew up in a blended family. My parents divorced when I was pretty much still a baby. I was the youngest of 4 girls. And when my mom remarried, we became a family of 6 kids, 5 girls and 1 boy. We grew up in a ranch-style home with 1 bathroom. Can you imagine the chaos in that house with 6 girls and 2 boys and only 1 shower? I'm honestly not sure how we survived, but apparently we managed. Being one of the youngest, I had the privilege of watching, listening, and learning from my older siblings. That's a lot of lessons on what to do and what not to do. And since some of my family is in the audience, I'll let everyone else know that those lessons learned is the reason why I am the favorite child. Being a blended family, we didn't have a typical rhythm or routine. We did shuffle between houses every other weekend for the most part to visit my dad. My dad's battle with the demons of addiction really tuned me in for love and empathy for those who love us but can't love us the way they want to. Life with Dad also came with a few adventures, such as joining him at the bar. You never forget singing karaoke with a bunch of drunk adults until the wee hours of the morning when you're just a child yourself. It's obviously not an ideal condition for a child, but what I know now is God was giving me the wisdom, strength, love, and empathy for others that I still use in beautiful ways today. Give me 1 second. Thank you. And when a young girl living in chaotic conditions needs stability, God will bring it to her. When I was just 13 years old, I started dating a boy who was 16. That boy is now my husband. We've been together for 24 years and married for 15. It's been so beautiful to grow up together, to change over the years and still be in love. He is and will forever be my person, my number one, the one God knew I needed. When it was time to start our family, we thought it would happen quickly, but it didn't. My husband's childhood cancer treatments presented some challenges we didn't anticipate. At one of the many doctor's appointments, I asked the doctor, "What are the chances of us conceiving on our own?" And he looked at us and said, "Without help, it's very unlikely." We were devastated. There were tears, prayers, and many moments of wondering why things weren't happening the way we thought they should. But then our miracle came. Our first daughter, Charlie, was born, but only after we let go and fully gave it to God. Then 3 years later, we were blessed again with another beautiful baby girl, Tegan, completing our family of 4. And you know what? The doctor was right. We did need help. We needed God's help. As my family was growing, my dad's life was slipping away. He was falling deeper into addiction. At this point in my life, I desperately wanted a relationship with him, one that I had missed out on for so many years due to his addiction and the time he spent in prison. But in August of 2022, My dad got really sick and was admitted to the hospital. I knew he was really sick this time. Early that Sunday morning, I arrived at the hospital before any of my other sisters. And within 30 minutes of me arriving at the hospital, as I stood by his side and let him know that I was there, my dad went into cardiac arrest. I watched helplessly as the nurses and doctors rushed in and began CPR. They tried to bring him back. I'm not sure how much time passed or how many times I heard the words, "no pulse." But I had to be the one to tell him to stop. To see your parent leave this world in such a traumatic way was too much. Honestly, some days it still is. People often say about those living with addiction when they pass away that they lost their battle. But I had been praying for my dad since I was a child. I found out at his funeral that just a couple of weeks prior to his passing, he had gone to church and given his life to Jesus. My dad didn't lose the battle. God rescued him from it. I've learned that the hard moments, the ones where we want to grip tighter and fix everything, can become some of the most transformational. So I ask you tonight, what are you holding on to that you need to let go of? What are the things that you need to release to God? As I stand tall on this stage tonight, here's what I've learned through it all. Life is messy. We have good days and we have really difficult days, but we don't have to do it alone. Lean into those around you, your family, your friends, badass women's groups such as Rise and Thrive, but more importantly, lean into God. I'm asking you to join me in releasing what we can't control and leaning into the truths He promises us. I'll end with this verse that was shared with me recently that's not only stuck for my story, but the phase of life that I'm in right now. And I know there's someone else who may need to hear it too. His word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. In the good days and in the difficult days, God is lighting the way. So stand up and just take the next step.
You did it. Big round of applause for Michelle.